Hello everybody, I'm iInterface and welcome to a more informational video about Pokemon Brick Bronze, more about the new Pokemon added in the 8th gym update and their relevance in PvP. Now I'm going to be covering most of the Pokemon, excluding Hoopa and Genesect because get out. But I'll at least mention all the new Pokemon, but I'm going to be going more in depth about Pokemon I feel have more of an at least some impact, or can at least do something in PvP at the moment. Now, we're gonna start by going in route order. The first route you hit in the new update's Route 17. So here we are. It's the water. It's the surfing route. But we have a few new Pokemon in this route, and they include the Weasel line, the Whalmer line. I don't know if there was already a thing before this update. I'm stupid, okay? Don't hate me if it wasn't actually a thing. We have the Skrelp line, the Horsey line, Pyukumuku, Bruxish, and Sandygast line. All these are pretty cool Pokemon, but there's only a couple on this route that really make any significant difference right now. Those being Skrelp, Horsey, and Bruxish. Now, Skrelp's a cool Pokemon, mainly because its hidden ability, Adaptability, when it evolves. I don't know if Skrelp has it. I'll double check it. You'll see a message like right about somewhere over here, if it does, but it's more about Dragology, its evolution. Its hidden ability is Adaptability, which, if you don't know, turns the 1.5 times bonus from stab to 2 times, which makes its stab moves hit a lot harder. And being a poison dragon type is just amazing offensively, because Dragon goes near unresisted besides Fairy and Steel. Poison hits the fairies, and I believe it can learn Fire Blast. Correct me if I'm wrong, even though I'll correct myself right now when I go to edit this if I'm wrong. But what's cool about this is Sludge Wave is hard to switch into, although it doesn't get Sludge Wave yet. It doesn't get Draco Meteor yet, but right now it can still hit relatively hard. Dragonium Z, Dragon Pulse, and then Sludge Bomb for fairies, but once it definitely gets Draco Meteor and Sludge Bomb or Sludge Wave, it will get a lot better. It will hit pretty darn hard. Moving on, we have the Horsey line, more specifically Kingdra. That's cool. It's like Kingdra has such a huge impact on everything. Like, even on the classic OU metagame, Kingdra's on rain teams. It hits hard in the rain. 95 special attack is nothing to scoff at when you have rain boosted Hydro Pumps drowning your enemy in the face. It doesn't matter what. You get it. But again, it doesn't have Draco Meteor yet, so that's kind of eh. But still, its main thing is Hydro Pump in the rain. You could also use a physical set, Dragon Dance, Waterfall, Outrage, all that stuff, but definitely Hydro Pump in the rain is its main thing. And, being insanely fast in the rain also, because, it has Swift Swim. But also a Sniper if you want to run the Focus Energy, Scope Lens, Crit Draw, but that is only decent with Draco Meteor, and you don't have that, so eh. I wouldn't use it, really. Moving on, we have Bruxish. Now, why do we care about Bruxish? It's just a clownfish thing with teeth. The truth is, we don't really care much about Bruxish itself in PvP. We care about what it does for other Pokemon in PvP. It gives Sharpedo Psychic Fangs, which is a coverage move it really wanted from the get-go. If you already bred a hidden ability, Sharpedo, I'm sorry, you're gonna have to breed another one. Psychic Fangs is a move you do not want to pass up on, because its current moveset in Pokemon Brick Bronze is probably Waterfall, Crunch, Ice Fang, Protect. That ain't gonna do it. Pokemon like Primarina are gonna wall the crap out of you because Crunch, Waterfall, and Ice Fang are all resisted. What Psychic Fangs does is allow you to catch fighting types on the Switch and Primarina, specifically. Primarina or any Water Fairy type. You know, like Azumarill and Tapu Fini, which isn't in the game, but who cares? If you're fighting Icy, I think has the Tapu Fini, then you can catch it with the Psychic Fangs, even though you're not going to do much because Tapu Fini is pretty bulky. But Primarina is a mon that would give Sharpedo so much trouble if it didn't have Psychic Fangs. Here, I'm gonna post counts somewhere over there. Just look in that direction. Big white box with numbers on it. Yeah, you get it. You see them. Okay, they're gone. But yeah, it removes the ability for Primarina to come in on Sharpedo, along with fighting types. You gotta catch those things on the Switch though, because they're gonna Mach Punch you and they're going to kill you. But anyway, it makes Mega Sharpedo a lot easier to use because, you know, Strong Jaw, Psychic Fangs, 50% boost to damage. Yeah, it hurts. Yeah, we're gonna move on. Here we go. Yes, here we are in Crescent Town, or for whatever reason, this place is called Crescent Island. Now it's Crescent Town, even though probably the whole island is called Crescent Island. This is just Crescent Town. Anyway, that doesn't matter. We're here to talk about Pokemon. Crescent Town, the only encounters you can get are from surfing and fishing. And the new ones include Clamperl, Frillish, Binnacle, and Delmise. Now, some of the more relevant ones are Frillish and Delmise. And, well, you see Frillish evolves into Jellicent, the big blue or pink blob, depending on the gender. Don't want to assume, because it's 2018, people. You don't assume genders in 2018. Anyway, this thing is a fat blob. It's a water immunity. And, yeah, water immunities are cool because, you know, water absorb, it heals it. It's like Vaporeon. But, yeah, it's a ghost type too. Water Ghost is a pretty cool typing. You can come in on the fighting types, you can come in on the fire types, you can come in on the poison types. But it's another bulky water type. It can Will-O-Wisp you, it can Scald you, it can Hex you. It's got Recover for stalling, healing. It's not really much of a stall mod. But another thing is faster variants could be more of stall breakers because, you know, you get Taunt, you get Toxic, break the stall by stalling them out. Anyway, Taunt is cool. Taunt is a cool move and should be used more in Pokemon Brick Bronze. Y'all need to get on your taunting. Anyway, moving on, we got Delmise. Delmise is like one of my favorites in this update. It's probably like my second favorite, and I still need to breed a PvP one. Genderless Pokemon are hard to breed. But anyway, Delmise. Grass Ghost type, it's like Decidueye, it's like Trevenant, it's like Gourgeist, Grass Ghost. Typing alone is just meh. Its signature move, Anchor Shot's a Steel type move. Wait, what? Why does it have a Steel type signature move? It doesn't even get stab bonus from it. Because its ability gives it basically stab moves. Steel Worker makes Steel moves have stab. It gets a stab bonus from Steel moves. Anyway, the Delmise is a really hard-hitting Pokemon with that 131 attack stat. Oh my gosh. It's got Power Whip that hits like a truck. It's got Shadow Claw because the Pokemon needs better ghost physical moves that isn't Spectral Thief. It's got Anchor Shot. Those are the main things. And then it's got Rapid Spin. Now the reason Rapid Spin's huge is it's because it's a ghost type with Rapid Spin. Now, ghost types are immune to Rapid Spin, so that means it's a Rapid Spinner immune to Rapid Spin. So let's say you're up against a Forretress, right? They can't, and you have rocks up, obviously. You can spin away their rocks regardless of the fact that they're going to just set it right back up, but they can't Rapid Spin your rocks away. bad example because Fortress can pretty much wall anything it wants to do. But still, the fact stands. It's a rapid spinner immune to rapid spin. That's nice. I love it. Yeah, we're gonna move on. So, without further ado. And now here we are in the swamp, otherwise known as Route 18. So, this one introduced a lot of interesting Pokemon. And, well, I'm just gonna list them off. You got Swalot, you got Crogunculine, you got Skorupi, you got Carnivine, Alolan Grimer, my favorite mon in the update, and the Goomy line. Oh buddy, we got some stuff here. Now, first I want to talk about Swalot. This purple blob of blobbiness is not that great of a blob, but there is a reason we care about it. And that reason is because of the food it holds. Yes, that's right, it holds berries. Which berries, you might ask? Citrus berry. Now what the citrus berry does is once you get down to half or less, you eat it and you gain 25% of your HP. Whoa, why do you care about that? Belly Drum, Azumarill, Slurpuff. Yeah. So these two blobs, I'll just call them blobs, they get access to Belly Drum. One gets access to Belly Drum and Huge Power, and with priority. The other one gets access to Belly Drum and Unburden. Holy crap. Now, the Citrus Berry, if you have an even number for your max HP and you use Belly Drum, you're going to go down to exactly half. You're going to eat your Citrus Berry. And now you'll be at 75% HP with a max attack Huge Power Azumarill or a max attack double speed Slurpuff. They are scary. And now they are even scarier because they take more to kill them than just blowing on them. Anyway, we're gonna move on from that. Next up, we got Toxicroak. While not an amazing Pokemon on its own, it's pretty diverse in what it can do. And if y'all hate Chansey, get a Toxicroak. You know how Chansey's use Toxic? Toxicroak can't be poisoned unless it's from a Salazzle, which is not in this update. Anyway. Toxicroak's a fighting type. Chanseys don't like fighting types. You could switch in on a Chansey using Seismic Toss. You can Sword Stance up and take another Seismic Toss, and then you'll Oko with a fighting move we'll talk about later because I gotta keep the consistency of the video. Anyway, it could also be run special. It could be run physical with Sword Stance or special with Nasty Plot, and it has priority on both ends. So that's pretty cool. Toxicroak's a cool Pokemon. Now, up next we have the Skorupi line, including Drapion, however you want to pronounce it. But this Pokemon would have been worth talking about had the next Pokemon I'm going to mention, had they not come in this update. And that Pokemon is Alolan Muck. It's the exact same type, but it's better. Why is it better? Better ability, better moves. Well, no, pretty much has the same moves. What am I talking about? But it's also very bulky. Very bulky. Drapion is fast-ish and has good defense, but its HP isn't all that great. Alolan Muck's defense isn't all that great, but its special defense is nice, its HP is nice, and its attack is nice. Pair that up with an Assault Vest, and it's scary. Alolan Muck, what it brings to the table is the fact that, one, it has Poison Touch. Any physically contacting move it does, it can poison you. So, if Poison Jab, it learns Poison Jab. By the way, we have the TM Poison Jab now, so all those fighting types you wanted Poison Jab, or not fighting types, Poison types, and dragon types too. If you wanted to hit a fairy or wanted to use a physical poison move that isn't cross poison, you have Poison Jab now. But by the way, speaking of that, Haxorus has normally used to have to run Iron Tail, 100 base power, 75 base accuracy. Terrible in terms of accuracy. Now it has Poison Jab. It can hit those fairies reliably with an 80 base power, 100% accurate move. It's scary now. Well, it was scary before, but it's scarier now. Anyway, back to Alolan Muck. It gets the ability Poison Touch. Pair that up with Poison Jab, and you're about a 56-ish% chance to poison the opponent with every Poison Jab. That's ridiculous. Whoa. High base power move or good base power move. High chance to poison. Yes, please, sign me up. Second reason this is a big thing. It gets knockoff, and it's a dark type. It gets stab knockoff. Knockoff is a very nice move that not a lot of Pokemon get right now because we don't have move tutors. Alolan Muck is a very nice Pokemon to have knockoff for. One, you can knock off their item. Let's say you're up against a Haxorus and they have a Lumberry. By the way, people need to start running Lumberry Haxorus instead of their, what is it, Life Orb? Lumberry. Give it a Lumberry so that you can't be burnt, and if you're using Outrage... By the way, use Outrage, not Dragon Claw. Kill the fairies, then use Outrage. Then, instead of worrying about the fairies and just using Dragon Claw. Okay, trust me. Anyway. Let's say you're up against a Lumberry Haxorus, and you use Knockoff. You knocked off its Lumberry, and you poisoned it. Nice. Anyway, bad example because you want to burn it and not poison it. I mean, poison works too, but like you want to burn it. Whatever. It was just the first thing I thought of. Third reason that you want to use Alolan Muck is because it's a Pursuit Trapper. Stab Pursuit with good attack, 105 base attack. That's kind of nice. Gengar recently dropped to UU. Now it doesn't like it because we have Alolan Muck. Pursuit, catch him on the switch, and, well, Gengar's drop. They have to be careful if they want to switch out. Yeah, Gengars, whenever they come in against your Alolan Muck, they are forced into a 50-50 that favors the Muck more than them because, well, it's a 50-50 because they're either going to knock off or they're going to Pursuit. If they Pursuit and you switch out, you die. If they knock off and you don't switch out, you die. If they knock off and you switch out, the Pokemon coming in loses an item. If they Pursuit and you don't switch, you're now in range for its next move, Shadow Sneak. Pursuit plus Shadow Sneak if the Gengar doesn't switch out will kill it. It's kind of, this Mon is, I love it. I freaking love it. I want to use it. I've bred one. Yes. And the last Mon on this route that we need to talk about is Goodra. Now, everybody, when Gumi was added, everyone was like, so we need a raining place to level up our Sliggoo so that it can evolve. Where's that? Laguna Lake. If you're surfing on Laguna Lake, it'll evolve at level 50 because it's always raining there. Quality. Alright, well, Goodra is like Dragonite, and then it's the pseudo-legendary of Gen 6. 600 base stat total. 150 special defense, and yeah. 100 attack, 110 special attack, and it's got 2 useful abilities, and then a third kind of niche ability, Gooey. But Gooey, every time it takes a hit that makes physical contact, it's going to lower that Pokemon's speed. Kind of cool, kind of meh. Anyway, hydration. If you're running it in rain, you can put rest on that bad boy and it'll wake right back up. Pretty cool. Sap Sipper. You're immune to grass moves. Sure, you already resist them, but you can make a physical set with it. And switching in on like a Spore from like an Amoonguss, that'll boost your attack. Anyway, it can also generally run an Assault Vest. Assault Vest Goodra takes Ice Beams for days. Boy, is it bulky. But yeah, it's just an overall cool Pokemon. Good solid Pokemon you want to use. But next up we're going to the last location. Hey, computer, shut up. We're going to go to the last location of the update, being, I don't even know what it's called, but I'll see you there. Here we are in, I forgot to look at what the place was called. We're in what is this called? Abber Outpost. There we go. Got it. Easy. First try. It's the last area. It's the area with Hoopa and, you know, the climax of the storyline. Even though it wasn't that great, but, you know, whatever. Anyway, we're going to go through the new mons. We got Solrock, we got Lunatone, we got Wobbuffet, we got the Mienfoo line, and we got Drampa. Really, the only one I cared a lot about is Mienfoo, but I guess Drampa hits really hard. You could put it on Trick Room, I guess. Normal Dragon isn't all that great, but it's got 135 special attack. It hits like a truck. Once it gets Draco Meteor, it can, you know, Draco EMC, Draco, kill something. It hits really hard, but again, it's slow, it's a normal type. Nothing much there. But anyway, Mienfoo. Where do I start? One, Mienfoo's a cool looking Pokemon. It's all fat, even though you can't see me doing it, but fat, even though I'm not fat. Although I guess I am pretty fat. Anyway, Mienfoo, it's a fighting type. It has 2 good abilities and then Inner Focus. It's got Regenerator and its hidden ability Reckless, which is preferred once we have choice items, really, because Reckless High Jump Kick, Reckless Choice Banded High Jump Kick, or just Choice Scarf so you can actually outspeed stuff. That's going to hit hard. 125 attack, Reckless Boosted High Jump Kick. Sounds delicious, but you can also use Regenerator if you want to run a Life Orb with Fake Out, U-Turn. It doesn't really have to be Fake Out, but with U-Turn, Life Orb, U-Turn, all that stuff. Regenerator, you're going to get back the Life Orb damage, and it's really nice. But the main reason we got to talk about it, besides the fact that it's actually pretty good, you know, it gets knockoff, which is really nice. Drain Punch. Remember what I said about Toxicroak? That move is Drain Punch. This Pokemon gives Drain Punch to a multitude of Pokemon. Those being Breloom or Shroomish, Brain Fart. Let me pull up the list because I'm a dummy and I need to reference a sheet. Breloom or Shroomish, Medicham line, Toxicroak line, Scrafty line, and Conkeldurr line. Scrafty, that's a pretty cool Pokemon. It definitely needed Drain Punch. Bulk Up Drain Punch works pretty darn well. People try to use Dragon Dance with it, and I'm like, I guess if you're trying to outspeed tanks that aren't invested in speed, yeah, sure, run Dragon Dance. Bulk Up makes it, you know, a slow, you know, nice bulky attacker. And Drain Punch gives it some recovery. Toxicroak, like I said, +2 Life Orb. Drain Punch, Oko's Chansey, can't be poisoned. Seismic Toss, that's about it. Otherwise, Toxicroak's kind of meh. Although Dry Skin's nice, water immunity there. Medicham, you're still going to be running High Jump Kick because it's pure power. You're trying to kill something, not recover something. Although I guess if you're not worried about having coverage, you can get rid of like one of your coverage moves for Drain Punch if you're picking something off and want to recover HP. I guess you can run something like that, but then one of the primary benefiters of this Conkeldurr. I don't really like this mod too much. It's borderline, meaning you can only use it in OU, but I'm still going to talk about it because it's not Hoopa and it's not Genesect, although Hoopa is also borderline. Anyway, Conkeldurr, it's been really screwed over. It's actually a pretty good Pokemon if it had like move tutors and access to all of its moves, because then it gets knockoff, then it gets knockoff. It really wants knockoff, so ghost types can't switch into it. You know, that monstrous 140 attack. That makes it hit just as hard, if not harder, than a Alolan Muck knockoff. I'll throw up the couch right somewhere over there. No, not over there. Over there. We want over there. If I said over there or there in the first place, no, yeah. I meant over here somewhere. Anyway. Drain Punch is really nice because it's got a lot of health. Assault Vest makes it, you know, nice and bulky for special hits because it's got that 105 HP, 95 defense, than that lackluster 65 special defense, but an Assault Vest makes that a lot better. But Drain Punch gives it that much needed recovery, especially if you're doing like a Guts set. You get burnt, you Drain Punch, and you're pretty much golden because nothing's gonna want to take a Guts boosted 140 base attack stab Drain Punch. Except a Ghost type, but then you knock off them and they don't want to take it anymore for whatever reason. Maybe because they're on the ground crying because you knocked their ice cream out of their hand because you're a terrible person and you should feel bad. But anyway, Conch Elder, really nice Pokemon, really loves the addition to Drain Punch. But I think that about does it. If you made it this far in the video, leave the hashtag informed. Yeah, the hashtag informed in the comments below. That way I know you made it this far, because this is a bit of a longer video, but that's what an in-depth analysis is, Lucky Tux. Speaking of, this video was inspired by a video made by Lucky Tux, a person who is trying to get who's trying his hand at the whole YouTube thing. I'll link his channel in the description. Go check him out. If you don't want to, like, if you're more into watching someone learn than to watch me, an emotionless robot who just knows pretty much everything about Pokemon, then I'd check him out, because he's trying to learn. He's doing PvP, but he's also learning. He's not amazing, he's not that great, he's learning. So if you want to watch him and learn with him, then go check him out. Anyway, that's it for this video. I hope y'all understand the power behind some of these mons. If you want me to cover some of the lesser mons like Pyukumuku or something, let me know in the comments below. And well, I'll see you in another video. Bye-bye.